he was in office where y'all denied us into a public entity, and then you're shooting and killing us. Now you have invaded. See, I don't even know you. You better ask Larry Gossett about me. You better ask Julie Patterson about me. You knew in the picture. You know, and I'm telling you, law, that you're supposed to be enforcing. I find you on RCW 2.48.21.
Right.
Your oath on it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bellamino?
And Muslim insane, meaning evil and wicked. The Fabian Society say you politician was stupid, but I say you are Muslim insane, evil and wicked.
I was going to say Mia's after me. She would like to speak before me. We're just going to switch spots, so Mia will speak.
Mr. Bellamino, followed by Mia Jacobson. Please proceed. You've got 2 minutes.
Okay, well,
Just call her. We're going to switch.
Okay,
Please proceed.
just to piggyback off of what he said, I know a lot of the claims may seem inappropriate at a time like this, talking about what the president has done or kind of a wide-scale scheme of issues. But I think it's actually really pertinent to this discussion because there's a lot of information that's missing, it seems, from this presentation. And I understand it's a simplistic representation attempting to, you know, explain a really complicated situation to as many people as possible. But when I read economic downturn, I feel like that is the least descriptive way to describe what situation we're in and still being linguistically accurate. There are so many questions that need to be asked, like why are we running out of so much money? Why are we experiencing such economic downturn that's spreading across our nation? There are reasons why. And I know a lot of the Occupy movement came up and made them hot topic issues, tax cuts, things like that, that people think are sort of a federal thing, but that trickles down to us. And as our representatives, we really feel as if you must voice your opinion on this. Do something radical, like change the way that we're doing the process of government to address the situation that we're in, which has never been seen before in our history. So when I'm with StandUP-America, we come and bother you guys about why aren't your salaries being cut? Why are we putting money here towards ARENA when there's money missing from so many health services? And it's an issue of priorities. And we're asking you to tell us what your priorities are, to step outside of your chairs that you have there, to talk back to us, to open your meetings so we can have a public dialogue. I mean, this is the executive's proposed budget. He's not even here to hear this public comment, to know what we're saying. He doesn't have any meetings with the public throughout his whole term, which is another issue that we've been trying to bring up. The main point here is that we are living in extraordinary times, and it requires extraordinary action to fix it. Telling us that the problems will continue isn't good enough as our elected representatives, and we're asking you to do something more, to include us in the conversation of how we're going to fix these things. It needs to be done. It must be done. To take back our representative government, which is slipping through our fingers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bellamino, followed by Mr. Zimmerman.
I would like to piggyback off of Mia now because she was bringing up some good points, and she used the word "come and bother you guys," and that struck me for a second. And because I don't feel like I come and bother you, but then I realized it is bothering you. We get negative looks, not so good conversations. We don't open up dialogue because we're asking for simple things that you're unable to do because you're fixed into these positions as governmental bodies. You're no longer representative of the people, you represent the government and the administration that you're in. There's big issues that we have right now, whereas back in 2009, you cut $93 million. In 2010, you cut another $56 million. 2011, you cut $59 million. Yet all the while, your salaries are $135,000 a year. Well, the average citizen, the bottom 80%, when you average them, are only $30,000 a year. How can you make $135,000 reducing? I believe sheriffs since 2007 have been reduced to 143 fewer sheriffs while we maintain salaries. The the executive of King County's salary, $200,000 a year. What are we going to do once we have no money? I know what we're not going to do. We're going to not cut your salaries. We're not going to cut your salaries because that would be too much. We're not going to ask officers that are making well over $100,000 to only make $50,000 so we can hire an extra policeman to help us out. No, we're not going to tell him to cut his salary. While you raise your salaries, we're not going to keep positions in the prison that help to rehabilitate these prisoners to put them back in society. We lose funding because of your arrogance, because you don't want to change anything. That's why we bother you. I'm shocked that I have to say I bother you when as a concerned citizen, I should feel that you're open to these things. But your inability to change anything. As this gap, excuse me, Kathy Lambert. Thank you. Excuse me, I'm still speaking.
I was checking with her on a fact that you were, again, incorrect on.
I'm 100% correct. If anyone would get this packet, you'll see 143 sheriffs have been removed. If you do a public request, all their salaries are $135,000 each expected to raise. If you do a public request, you'll see that Dow Constantine makes $200,000 a year. If you want to check any of these facts, you will see I'm correct. And Kathy Lambert, don't call me out and say I'm incorrect again.
Mr. Zimmerman, followed by Zine Thomas.
Hi, my name is Alex Zimmerman and I represent StandUP-America. StandUP-America stands for ordinary people. You guys not ordinary people. You something aristocrat from 16th century England. And this is exactly what I see in this city for the last 25 years. 80% people located in South, poor people. 80%. It's very interesting statistic. Your salary, $20 million per year. Not salary, expenses, what as you have, $20 million. Triple for last generation. Triple in American average salary for last 30 years, no one penny come. Very interesting statistic. Another very interesting figure what as we have. You have approximately 5,000 criminal cases per year. And for this we spend approximately $1 billion. Guys, I'm totally confused. For 5,000 criminal cases, almost $1 billion or $700 million, 10,000 people homeless in Seattle every day have children. 10,000. How much you spend? Zero. 50,000 family need a home. HUD don't doing nothing, you don't doing nothing. 1,000 senior citizens need support. Dying. Life expectancy right now falling and falling and falling. You are killer. And I told you many times before about this. You're more dangerous than German Nazi or Russian communist. This is exactly what has happened. I have experience. Believe me, I am an expert in this territory. So it's very interesting when you will start make a changes what as we want. For years we fallen and fallen and fallen. We right now in crisis. If we never will be better. It will be worse and worse and worse when we can come back to America what as we lose for last 30 years. You can doing this, or you want doing this? Nah. You're mentally not capable doing this. It's only 2 points. Or you change your mentality, you start doing fundamental changes, or go home and give place for people who can't change, who are real people, you know what this mean? Who be talking about business what is equal to everybody. Not only to small quantity of people, include you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Zimmerman. Ms. Richard, followed by Victoria Weaver, and then Marty Jacobs.
Yes, hello, I'm Ms. Richard, and I'm here to speak on behalf of the fact that it is important to invest in people, and it would be a crying shame if we didn't. But I'm not here begging for anything. I know that a lot of people do a consistent amount of that, and then we never see anything come into our community, the black community. A lot of them are in the grave for unjust purposes. So I wanted to offer condolences to Henry Lee Sr.'s family because they're yet dealing with the tragedy of an officer or officers coming to his home and shooting him. You have this cheese here that talks about law and justice. But there's a very key component to all of this about how people are ending up dead illegally, then suing for $15 million. That would be the Victor Duffy family to find out, well, why did you come and kill my loved one? But you want us to have great respect and admiration for what you do on a day-to-day basis. But I'm held accountable in that sense. When I come forth and I come and speak before the people, he said, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. So I can't be standing up here just rambling off at the mouth and talking trash and stuff to people that treat other people inhumane. Now we're dealing with all these kinds of illnesses. Human services, I saw on this little thing, something like 4%. That means that basically you don't have any kind of heart for mankind at all. That's that's something dastardly that everybody in their right mind should have to do away with. We cannot live in a community as such, knowing that you're not in support of the efforts that we're making. We're striving for perfection, but you don't have to strive for perfection. You can just continuously make us a charity case and give us the crumbs off the table, but we're not accepting that. We're not going to accept that type of conduct. Okay, and reparations stands for reparations, repairing of all the stolen folk, the stolen lives that we have that have left us in shambles because of that. I hope you're hearing me, because I will be back until a change does come.
Thank you. Victoria Weaver.